Hey everybody, this is Darksied, and welcome back to part 19 of our Dark Souls walkthrough, and continuing in Sens Fortress. Okay, now from where we got the Gold Covetous ring, if you go back up just a little bit and take a right there, you'll be led into this room here, which is going to have a very useful item, especially whenever we're going to be fighting the boss, and generally just about everywhere else. We're going to be getting the Lightning Spear. Now, we do need to be careful, because this is a mimic. You can see there, I didn't get the spell right the first time. And fire does work very well against these guys. Alright. Okay, now this elevator can be somewhat tricky at times. If you notice there's a blood splatter on it, that's because you can go up to the second floor here, but you must quickly get off. Otherwise, it'll go up a short distance more and you'll run into some spikes on the ceiling. Okay, this particular hallway leads up into the large ball rolling chamber. Currently, I don't think it's aimed this direction. But we are going to want to make this thing go down this hole. See, I saw one up there and it startled me for a minute. And have at least a few balls roll down this tunnel, so we can open up the way to get to Big Hat Logan. Now, if you left the snake down there without killing him, the one that was asleep against the wall, it'll take about 3 or 4 balls in order to kill him, so be prepared that he might still be alive if you only let 1 or 2 balls go. Hello, Mr. Logan.
A rare thing in these times. I am Logan. I'm a bit cooped up, as you can see. I have a bright idea. Suppose you sent me...
It's a bright idea, right?
And empty-handed, but I could repay you with knowledge and sorcery. This place is melting my mind. The inactivity...
Now, Big Hat here, he will start selling you some of the advanced sorceries that we couldn't learn from his apprentice, the one that we've already saved and is now back in Firelink. If you're a sorcerer, you're going to wind up following his exploits very closely throughout this story, mainly because as it progresses, he sells different spells and is able to teach different things.
Speak with me then, so that I may impart my sorcery.
Now that we've got him out of the way, we'll go over here and open up this and get ourselves some free souls. Okay, skipping back to the room that had the large balls in it. There is one path off of here that we can go through. Of course, you just saw the traps. And yes, praise the sun. And this will lead us further on, and eventually to the place that we're going to want to go in order to get to the bonfire. Well, actually, it'll lead to the next fog gate, and then shortly after that, we'll get to the next bonfire. Of course, yet more swinging blade traps. Careful going across these. Most of them are just, if you get close enough to them, you can sprint across and usually have no trouble with them. Okay. You see, we just about got attacked there. Well, we did get attacked there from him. So we'll try to take him out pretty quickly. So that's what I was trying to do, is to lure her down so I didn't have to face those lightning attacks on the way up. Now it actually started to go up just before I cut that right there, and I went up and I finished off the another lightning thrower that's just on the left hand side of a dangerous bridge. And I remembered about this guy having something down here. I couldn't remember whether it was important or not, but I remembered him being here. And here you're watching an excellent demonstration of my poor aim with pyromancy spells. Ah, there we go. A good backstab. And of course it winds up just being large titanite shards. I'm not sure exactly what I was thinking here. Actually, I was thinking, should I just go ahead and drop down? I know there's some items down that particular wave. And I thought, nah, we should probably go ahead and continue on, get to the bonfire, and then we can perhaps proceed and collect some items later. Yet again, you can just see that one guy there fall off. He got hit by the blades, pretty obvious. As you can see there, I wound up falling off of that one myself, and then I turned off my recorder, and I'd almost forgot to turn it on until I'd gotten just past that and decided, yeah, I better turn that back on, or else we're going to have a large chunk of Sens Fortress here that I didn't capture. Okay, here we're about to run into some old friends, and these are the Balder Knights. These are slightly upgraded versions than the one that we met down in the Undead Parish. Slightly upgraded meaning that they do more damage and they also have more hit points. Other than that, they're identical to their counterparts. In other words, it doesn't take a lot to kill them. Proceeding down. Around this corner, you got to be careful to the right because there's another one of the Balder Knights there. You get a good backstab in on him. Yet another important item. Of course, that ring makes you a little more resistant to fire, which is actually quite handy considering where we're going. And up there you can see our lovely rock thrower. Giant bomb thrower is what he's throwing. Now, I remember back whenever I first started playing Dark Souls, this being much more difficult than it is now. Before, me being still on the ground whenever he threw that would have gotten me nearly one-shotted, if not one-shotted, with those bombs going off. The bombs don't seem to have nearly as big of a range as they used to. And I think he used to throw them faster, so getting down here could be quite challenging at times. Okay, now we're going to try to go back down and collect some of the items, or collect one item in particular. You can hear, I can hear him, I'm just not sure exactly where he's at. And he falls down right behind me. By Mr. Snake Man. I just got him on my shoulder. Anyway, continue on around this direction, and that item you saw in the corpse is the one that we're down here for. Now this is the Slumbering Dragon Crest. And what it does is while you're wearing it, I think you make no sound, or your sound is at least greatly diminished. Very, very useful, especially if you're a thief character. Because you can literally just run up to people and not have them hear you and be able to get backstabs in on them. Wait for our fire to clear out here. This next guy up here, you very well might remember from the Undead Parish. They had one of them in there guarding the Firekeeper's soul. Not much has changed with this guy. As a matter of fact, I don't think really anything's changed with him. He seems to be just as pathetically easy as he was last time. Just don't get hit by his attacks. He does still hit like a hammer. But he's slow and very predictable. So I just take this time to use some plunging, or excuse me, to use some thrusting attacks. Seem to work well against him. Now, I'm not sure exactly what's up with this guy. He's a named NPC, but he starts out as hostile, which is, I think, a little strange, considering most of the other NPCs you come across, well, they at least give you the benefit of the doubt. Not him. But cool thing is whenever he dies, he does drop that very nice rapier, though. There we are. And there should be 2 chests in this room up here. Yes, we can see it's not a mimic. I don't know why here lately I haven't been looking at the chain. I've just been stabbing him. I guess it's no thought required to do it. Okay, we're heading back. Now it's time to continue on and see if we can't get at least close to the boss. Okay. Proceeding along here, you can see this nice little narrow walkway here. Now to the left is going to be the Crestfallen merchant. Although you do have to jump across that gap in order to get to him. But there unfortunately doesn't seem to be any real point to this hallway. Okay, and heading back down. We'll come back for this one later, but the two cages that are right here to my right, that is actually the shortcut for this level. And we'll have to go get the key in order to open them up and to activate that shortcut. But as I said, for right now, I think we're just going to continue on and get to the boss room. And that will end this part of our Dark Souls walkthrough. If you like this, please click the like button. And if you'd like to see more, click subscribe. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.